Good Saturday morning. Roger Hill of Weathering Heights Consulting, Velco Weather Hazards Forecaster. We're currently seeing a big area of precipitation, a swath that, of course, is falling as snow in the north. The mixing line is gradually going to work in just a little bit currently south of the Massachusetts-Vermont border, a little bit into Bennington County in the far southwestern corner of the state. This is eventually going to spread up and basically into parts of Rutland County, and then a little bit colder air is going to hold in the parts of Windsor County and maybe into northern Windham County and then points north. So our wet snow loading maximums will probably be in this particular area here. We got a drier snowfall, and we have higher precipitable water that is cutting across the state of Vermont. Northwest corner of the state is not going to see the heavier snowfalls as indicated by the latest computer modeling, which we'll take a look at here in a second. But overall, that mixing line with the wet snow loading is fairly narrow, a narrow corridor, really affecting south central Vermont and into that with the mixing line and producing some freezing precipitation in the southeastern corner of the state, which could be up to around 1/3 of an inch before that mixing line that gets pulled back as an area of low pressure, which is located this morning in the Delmarva region here. This is going to be working across the region to the south and east and into Cape Cod roughly by later on tonight, and then taking a track into the Gulf of Maine. Current modeling shows where that mixed precipitation is with the mixing line, and of course the heavy snow loading would be in this particular area here along with that heavier precipitation. This is valid at 8 o'clock this morning, and what you can see here is you start to see that pick up with probably the northernmost roughly by about 2 o'clock this afternoon. We'll be up into parts of Rutland County, Castleton, and mostly west of the spine of the Greens. Meanwhile, the colder air will hold a little bit stronger, and we'll have heavier snow loading potential right there. So this is the area to watch, really. It's right along the areas around Rutland over into Windsor, maybe far northern Bennington, and northern Windham into Windsor County, maybe potentially into Orange, southern Washington, a little bit of Addison County as well. So I'm going to run the model. This is 2 o'clock this afternoon. We got some pretty heavy snow in progress here. And then by 3 hours later, we're looking at the snow line, mixing line starting to pull away as this area of low pressure will take a track toward Cape Cod. We're looking at some pretty heavy mesoscale banding in southern parts of Vermont. By 8 o'clock tonight, the conditions are such that the heavier snowfall rates are going to be falling off considerably at this point, and then things are going to be pulling away. This is valid about 11 o'clock this evening. Low pressure works into the Gulf of Maine, and it pretty much ends by before 2 a.m. During Sunday morning. Looking at 1 hour snowfall, the heavier snowfall rates will be about 1 to 1.5 inches across, again, the southern one half of the state. This is the European, the HRRR, also in good agreement. And so what we can find here is this will pivot and start to work its way a little bit north into southern Washington County, Orange County, and you can see it really picks up here. Now this is valid at about 11 a.m. this morning. That's going to be noon, 1 o'clock, and then you can really see it picks up into Washington County as it shifts here. This is the European again, the HRRR. Maybe not necessarily in the best of agreement, but you can see that there's going to be some heavy snow on the back end of the system as the system begins to pull away, all that taking place into the early to mid-evening hours. So a shot of a pretty good burst of heavier snowfall, and again, wet snow loading issues in this particular area here, probably spreading a little bit south and east. And our current conditions look like this. We're already starting to see as much as 10 inches having fallen at Landgrove, always an area that picks up a lot of snow. I'm seeing anywhere from about 4 to 8 inches generally over this particular area, and we have more where that came from. Roger Hill, Weathering Heights. Thanks for watching.